What if I told you that there are 3 little energy leaks or big energy leaks that are so subtle and so invisible that even the most self-aware people have no idea that they're happening? These aren't the obvious ones like people pleasing or boundary setting. These are sneaky energy drains that happen inside your mind. And once you see them, you'll understand why you're exhausted even on the easy days. Here's what's happening while you're focused on your external demands, like your family, your job, your schedule. There are processes running internally 24/7 that are bleeding you dry. It's like having apps on your phone running all day long that you're not using, and then you're shocked when your phone dies, which happens to me daily. And then my son looks at my phone and scrolls through and starts deleting all the apps that are open that I wasn't aware were open. Same thing is happening with your energy in your body. Energy management is not a new topic. Lots of people have figured out how to have boundaries, how to stop people pleasing, how to make sure that they are managing their energy in a good way. But very often I talk to people who are doing all the right things, they have everything in place, and yet they still feel emotionally drained, or they're dragging themselves to bed at night. They can't wait to go to sleep. And the reason is because the most exhausting battles are not happening with the people around you or on your calendar, although those are exhausting. The most exhausting battles are happening in your head. So here are the 3 hidden energy leaks. Hidden energy leak number 1, decision fatigue from micro choices. Oh my goodness, do I suffer from this? Every day we make thousands of tiny little choices, and we don't even notice that they're decisions that we're making. Should I respond to this text now or later? Should I check my email spam? Should I go for a run? Should I mention this thing that's bothering me, or should I let it slide? Should I meditate now or later? If I don't do it now, maybe it'll never get done. Each micro decision uses energy, mental energy. But here's the kicker. It's not the deciding that drains you. It's the redeciding. You decide not to check your phone, but then 30 seconds later, you're questioning that decision and wondering if there's something really important on there. You decide to speak up about something, and then you spend the next 20 minutes rehearsing it so that it's perfect. Constant internal negotiation is like having a committee in your head all day long. I do this when I go on vacation. I literally can't decide what to do. And I have so much anxiety about choosing the wrong thing to do that I spin my wheels for so long that before long, I'm exhausted and I don't feel like going to do anything. Hidden leak number 2, emotionally labor for other people's feelings. This is a big one. It's invisible because it feels like caring. You're constantly managing other people's emotional states without realizing it. Maybe you soften your words so your partner doesn't get defensive. You think about how to frame something so someone can hear it better. You laugh at somebody's joke that's not really funny just so they can feel good. And you don't share your real opinion because it could make someone feel bad. Now, your mind will tell you that you're being considerate, but what you're really doing is taking emotional labor for something that is not yours. You're taking responsibility for how someone else feels, and that is exhausting work that never ends. Take a moment right now and really think about where you might be taking emotional responsibility for someone else's emotions. Hidden leak number 3 is the perfectionism law, that we think we have to do everything perfect, that there's a right and a wrong, and that perfectionism is draining you. But it's not about redoing things until they're perfect. That's not what's making you exhausted. What's making you exhausted is about the mental energy that you spend before you even start doing something. I have a client who exhausted himself from the moment he got out of bed to the moment he sat down at his desk because there was so many thoughts of doubt that he wasn't really aware of. So much performance-driven stuff. I've got to do this. I've got to do this. I'm doing this wrong. I'm doing that wrong. My wife's upset with me. All of these things that by the time he sat down to the computer, not only was he exhausted, he was completely self-defeated. He couldn't have a clear, concise thought. So when you're thinking through every single possible way that things could go wrong, that's exhausting. You mentally rehearse conversations. You plan for scenarios that will never happen. You're essentially living your life twice, once in your head and then once in real life. Think about how many times you think through something to yourself and then you share it with someone else. This is what's happening for me right now. This is what I'm going through right now. This is what my mind has decided is the solution right now. All of that is much more exhausting than just being present in it. The mind is doing circles around you, trying to put meaning on or narrate you're living. That's kind of actually a bonus fourth leak, but anyway. Here's how to plug those hidden leaks. For decision fatigue, create decision rules for your micro choices every day. I check email at 9 a.m. and at 4 p.m. Period. I respond to all non-urgent texts after 6 p.m. Remove the decisions from the equation because the mind gets so wrapped up in these things that sometimes when you can just put a rule in place, you don't have to dance the tango with your mind all day long. This is just something that you do. Now, for emotional labor, ask yourself, whose feelings am I laboring over right now? If it's not yours, stop. Other people are capable of handling their own emotions. And even if they're not, it's not your problem. Your problem is to manage your own emotional dysregulation when someone else is upset. And then for perfectionism, set a good enough standard for before you even start anything. This email needs to be clear and kind. That's it. For that matter, pop it in ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT it needs to be clear and kind. This presentation needs to meet 3 points, period. Here's why this matters. These energy leaks are stealing energy from you for the things to you that matter in your life. While you're managing everyone's feelings and overthinking every decision, your dreams are floating away. Elizabeth Gilbert said this in Big Magic, and I never forgot it, that ideas come to us. And if we don't pick up on that idea, if we don't do anything with that idea, they float away like butterflies and they land in someone else's mind and someone else picks it up and does something with it. Okay, that's fine once in a while. We don't have to act on every idea that we have. But if you're constantly leaking so much energy and getting yourself on track, you're not living out what's really making you feel alive and passionate. So right now, think about yesterday. Which of these hidden leaks has been draining you most? The micro decisions, the emotional labor, or the perfectionism? Or the bonus one, which is overthinking everything that's going on in your life rather than just being present with it. And you know you're doing that when you hear yourself narrating what's happening. Even though you might not think you're doing it, our mind cannot be present. It's not possible to be present. So if we're explaining ourselves, we're not present. So think about yesterday. Comment below. Am I doing 1, 2, 3, or 4? I'm curious which one resonates with you the most. And if you want to identify every single energy leak, even the ones that I haven't talked about yet, you can download my free guide, The Energy Audit, in the description below. It's going to reveal every place that your energy is leaking. It's a little alarming, actually. But stop letting these invisible drains drain your life force. You have better things to do with your energy.